Good day, everyone.
I was born and raised in Detroit. Growing up there, I saw people like me running things.
This is a courtroom, not a circus, so we're gonna calm down.
I'm sorry.
What I found there was a passion that I didn't know existed.
This is the bottom line.
I'm excited to free fall into the limitless possibilities with we the people. So many are fearful of the law. They think it's something that works against them.
I think you need to begin to accept responsibility for your mistakes.
We are the people.
Monica Harris claims her father's ashes were mishandled by the defendant's funeral home, and she was given the wrong urn for her family memorial.
All rise.
Danielle Whitmore says she took responsibility and offered the plaintiff a full refund.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, thank you, Sean. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
This is the case of Harris versus Whitmore. Ms. Harris, you are suing Ms. Whitmore for $9,750 for negligence. You say the defendant mishandled remains, causing a devastating mistake. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct, Judge.
And Ms. Whitmore, you say the mistake was acknowledged, remedied, and compensation was offered. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
All right, Ms. Harris, please tell the court why you're here.
Yes, Judge, I'm here because the funeral home mishandled my dad's ashes for his funeral. I went to the funeral home, and 3 weeks later, I got a phone call that we had the wrong ashes.
Oh, first of all, I'm so very sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Judge.
You were notified by the funeral home.
Yes, at first I was notified by phone.
Ms. Whitmore, are you the owner of the funeral home?
That I am.
And how long have you been in business?
32 years. My dad founded the company, and I stepped in 12 years ago.
Can you tell the court, how does it happen that a bereaved family could receive the wrong ashes?
This is what happened. Two names so close in similarity, Christopher Smith and Christopher Smythe, 1E. It was a crazy week. We had so much intake that we actually got from, a science mortuary intern from the Institute to help us out with intake. And
So you called us a mortuary student to help you with intake?
Intake for labeling. Just on that part, we have very fine details from that moment on. One letter.
See, I'm trying to understand, but isn't a letter usually also associated with maybe a number or some type of code or some type of labeling that also is cross-connected in writing and digitally? And I'm not sure how this happens, but
I would love to say that we are that advanced. As I said, I took it over from my father's business. We kept the same process, and it worked for years.
Did these people pass away on the same day? They weren't born on the same day.
The intake was the exact same day. And as I said...
No, not intake. I really hate that I know this much about this, but being a person who has lost many family members and has been in charge of managing the services and the homegoing services and speaking with funeral homes, there's also indicators, right? The death certificate, all of those things, there will have a date of birth and date of death.
I agree.
Because the date of death would be important, because that goes to see how long the body has been, unfortunately, deceased, and how much time you would have to prepare the body, or in this case, deal with the crematorium. Are you actually doing the cremation on your premises, or are you getting that from another location?
We do it on the premises. So they went in.
Do you also do body preparation for traditional funeral services too?
That we do.
Right. So then all of these details I'm saying would be relevant, right?
Yes, they will be. And they are.
Are they logged in?
Well, they are. This was a one-off, honestly. In 32 years, one time, it's devastating for us in terms of our business practices that it actually occurred.
And so Smythe got mistaken for Smith.
Absolutely.
And then when the remains were put in the urn and all of the things, it was labeled Smith instead of Smythe.
There were two Smiths.
Two Smiths. And Smythe was an S-M-Y-T-H-E?
It was an I. We've gone over all of this. This is hindsight, you figure it all out. But when it happened, it happened.
So someone left the E off.
You got that.
And then the urn was delivered, or did you pick it up?
I picked it up.
You picked it up?
Yes. And I believe that was my father. I hold him close to my chest. I believe that was my father.
And how did you find out?
I found, like I said, I found out through a phone call, through an office worker, through a phone call.
And how did you all discover it, Ms. Whitmore?
Your Honor, we have routine audits, and the audit company came in and was able to alert us. And at that point, that's when we had the office contact Ms. Harris, and I sat down and sent her a very detailed and apologetic email.
And not a call, not a visit?
There was so much going on, and I didn't have the full details, and I wanted to express my condolences and my apologies.
In a situation like that, I think a personal touch is the more professional way to go.
I agree.
Coming up,
But Ms. Whitmore, you reassured me when I came in to make my father's arrangement that there was full proof that it would be no
We had
discrepancies.
32 years of full proof.
I know that, but
You are the one-off.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Monica Harris, who is accusing Danielle Whitmore of negligence.
And so what was your remedy
Well, we have
or your offer?
We have offered both families. We offered a refund, and then we discussed what other types of restitution was reasonable. And the other family, the Brooks, have agreed, and we're here with Ms. Harris.
And so, Ms. Harris, as you're suing for $9,750, how do you arrive at that number? Did you bring evidence to court with you that could show me?
yes, I did.
I'd like to see it, please. Thank you.
As you can see here, I paid for crematory services, the memorial service, our urn receipts, plane tickets, and therapy bills.
During a routine internal review, we established an error, a labeling error. You did acknowledge, you took responsibility. What are these receipts for? Flights? What, because you had to go fly the ashes back?
No, I flew my brother in from Texas and my aunt in from Florida.
For what, the service?
For the services, yes.
And so you're charging you want to charge Ms. Whitmore for that?
Oh, see, the thing is that we can't recreate this. We can't recreate a service for my father now that we have the ashes. You know, we had multiple people there that can't create the service that we had before. So if I do it again, I would have to pay again. So I believe, yes, she's responsible for those tickets.
Judge Lake, if I may, Your Honor.
I'm listening.
I believe that every family has a hard time with death, and we're in that business. We see it all the time. I think it's beautiful that the family was together. Ms. Harris, I know you all did celebrate properly the homegoing of your beloved.
Ms. Whitmore,
At the same time, our business interactions are first, and we are offering to compensate you for everything you've paid, and
but Ms. Whitmore, you
we feel
reassured
that
me.
is
You
that is
reassured me
sufficient.
when I came in to make my father's arrangement that there was full proof that it would be no
We had
discrepancies.
32 years of full proof.
I know that, but
You are the one-off.
I know.
And it is
Well,
horrible.
this is where, as you are speaking, I hear how sorry you are, Ms. Whitmore. But you consistently keep saying this is just this one-off, this one exception, this one-off. And that phrasing is getting under my skin because her father is not a one-off to her.
No, he is not.
But it's the phrasing that's off.
Understood.
It's off.
Understood.
And where this was a labeling clerical issue for you, it is deeply personal
Absolutely.
for Ms. Harris. And you know that because you've been in this business for over 30 years. Your
Absolutely.
family's been in this business. And while I don't think this is personal, this court is sitting here as I'm looking through all of this paperwork, everything she's had to sign. And as I said, it's bringing back so many memories because I have had to do so many funerals. My cousin, who is like my sister, we often say like, when we retire, we could just have a funeral business at this point. I mean, it's kind of our, you know, you've got to sometimes make a joke to keep from crying. So many family members of ours are gone now. And we've done so many funerals that we can just almost just snap and okay, the obituary comes together, this comes together, we got to call the funeral home. But no matter how many times we do it, it doesn't make it any less sacred. It doesn't make it any less sad. And each and every loved one we have tried to send home with honor and grace and love and celebration.
And that's why
Don't interrupt me.
You got it.
And that's why these moments are so deeply personal to each and every single family that passes away, family member that passes away, and the members who are impacted. And so I hear you when you say like, oh my goodness, this is one time, this is awful. But this is negligent. This is the type of information that has to be handled with such care. When you said you had to hire a person from mortuary school to come in and help with the labeling, I said, oh boy, I don't think they have the experience to pull off something like that. I think that is something that needs to go and be in the hands of someone that understands how incredibly important that is.
Coming up,
My family is devastated. We can't remake this service over. We can't relive this because we already did the service. We had family members come in. He was in the service. We had service members come in.
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Monica Harris, who is accusing Danielle Whitmore of negligence.
And this is difficult because, like I said, I wasn't even thinking to myself that you could have anyway purposefully done this. This is not about that. And yet when you say this is just a one-off, it really makes me feel uncomfortable because it's not. Now, Ms. Harris, you are suing for $9,750.
Yes, ma'am.
$1,300 of it is basically from plane tickets that you flew people in.
Yes, family. We had half family there, but also, Your Honor, this is very devastating for me and my family. We end up having to take counseling classes after this. So the amount you see is also including the counseling classes that we had to take.
I saw that, but that wasn't $1,300. The $1,300 was just the plane tickets.
Yes, ma'am. That's what it's cost. We had to get family here.
So
ma'am.
when you offered to refund her for the total service, how much was that? What amount did you offer her?
Well,
That she declined and decided to come to court instead.
okay.
Do you remember? Do you know, Ms. Harris?
The actual number.
I think it was about 5,000.
I was thinking it was
something like that. It was
like
way
48.
under what I'm asking for, and I
don't
believe
have the
what I'm
exact
asking
number.
for is valid. What she gave me was what she felt like the grievance that she thought I should go through. But I believe what the numbers that I have here is exactly what I'm owed. My family is devastated. We can't remake this service over. We can't relive this.
Coming up,
We've gone through great lengths to make sure this doesn't happen again.
I understand.
This,
and
this
listen,
was horrible. And to get her
this
dad's
is why
ashes
this
was
is why
very important.
When I'm speaking, you don't.
you're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with the case of Monica Harris, who is accusing Danielle Whitmore of negligence.
Do you understand that you still celebrated his life.
Yeah, but we didn't celebrate with how he wanted it, Your Honor. He had been fishing there for 30 years at that lake. He wanted to be buried. He wanted to be scattered there, right there. So, and we wanted to do that in front of his family, in front of his loved ones, in front of his service members. We even threw service memorabilia into the lake, you know, with what we presume was his ashes.
So the other family never got their family's ashes because she had already spread them?
Exactly, Your Honor.
Did you ever receive the ashes of your father?
Yes, and I went through great lengths to make sure she received them. And that's why I am very, very attached to this. And forgive me for seeming as though I don't care. We've gone through great lengths to make sure this doesn't happen again.
I understand.
This was horrible. And to get her
this
dad's
is why
ashes was very important.
When I'm speaking, you don't. I appreciate that you've gone through great lengths, and you should. It's horrific. This could tear down the business that your father created 30-something years ago. Is he still alive?
No.
This is his legacy. I don't think you need to have mortuary science interns doing anything related to tagging, labeling in the computer. That's not, we don't pay for that when we are burying our loved one. We want someone experienced. We want someone to understand how gravely important it is, pun intended, that you all get this right. And you didn't.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns. You're watching Emmy-nominated We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
These people would have come probably for this celebration whether the physical ashes were present or not, right? You would want them there to celebrate. So this court has to evaluate if all of these expenses you set forth, and I've read through them all, which total $9,750, are reasonable expenses. Now, this court does find that the plane tickets are a far stretch. However, you've only had her pay for 6 or 7 counseling sessions. And this court finds that the $1,300 that you really wanted for the plane tickets should really be added on for the emotional distress, which is real.
Yes, ma'am.
We find that your funeral home, it was negligent. That negligence then caused Ms. Harris, her family, extreme emotional distress. And for that reason, you breached a duty of care that was owed to her and her family. And that breach is the direct cause of the damages set forth here. So it is the opinion of this court, judgment for the plaintiff for $9,750. Court is adjourned.
Thank you.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $9,750.
Next time, I think maybe you should have pictures of your deceased people that you have to make sure you have the right person in that urn.
We've added that to our protocol in addition to several things.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.